There are 7 volunteers that are ready to go inside and report back problems that they find, if they last.
There's no cells. You right up on top of somebody.
You never know when someone's just gonna snap. It's terrifying.
The last thing I need right now is to get killed in the shower.
I'm here with a purpose. I don't want to die in here.
Ten years ago, we never would have anticipated going underground in the money pit.
What we're seeing is high-density anomaly below the surface of the money pit. I want to know what this thing is.
We're closer than we have ever been. We need to get to the bottom of the garden shaft. Could be the offset chamber that we seek.
The Curse of Oak Island. Only on the History Channel.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TV1 News. I'm Carol Kidu Jr.
And I'm Jasmine Jack. Join me later in the bulletin for sports.
In this edition, Ombudsman pressure reaps results for Morabis School, NEC approves anti-terrorism bill, and PNG suffers second defeat in beach soccer. Pressure by the PNG Ombudsman Commission has ensured that the male students of the Salamaua Provincial High School have new dormitories to sleep in. The school in Morabit's Huon Gulf district has been neglected for over 3 decades, until a media report in March 2022 directed attention to its sad state of affairs.
By 2023, the Salamaua Provincial High School had 2 burnt-down male dormitories, resulting in students living in the ablution facilities, run-down buildings, no water, and no electricity. A March 2022 news article highlighting the lack of water supply, which forces students to use a nearby creek, caught the attention of the anti-corruption agency, the PNG Ombudsman Commission. During its investigation, the Ombudsman invited the Morabit Provincial Administration, the Huon Gulf District Development Authority, and the Provincial Health and Education Managers to accompany them to Salamaua. This was on Friday, April 14, 2023. Over a year later, new and upgraded infrastructure are evident on the scenic Morabian coastline.
It has been tough over the last 30 years. Since 2022, we got the media team, the National Post Korea, National NBC, MTV coming on board. And through the media publicity, we got the attention of the Ombudsman Commission. And so the Ombudsman Commission sounded alarm bell to the provincial government to ensure that Salamaua is captured into the priority infrastructure planning to rehabilitate and make sure that the school is in a condition where it is conducive for students learning. And for the last 3 years since I came as a new headmaster here, from 2022, 23 and 24, we had progress gradually in terms of infrastructure.
Through the intervention of the Commission, the Huon Gulf DDA gave 300,000 kina to the school in February 2023, while the Morobe Provincial Administration presented 200,000 kina and made a commitment to purchase a generator valued at 60,000 kina. Through the Office of the Morobe Deputy Provincial Administrator Social Services, 750,000 kina went towards the construction of the dormitories that were burnt down in 2021 during a school fight. Apul acknowledged the Ombudsman Commission for making sure that one of Morobe's oldest schools is now the focus of infrastructural development. Kamila Guare, TVWAN News, Lae.
Meantime, female students at the Salamau Provincial High School expressed their appreciation for the newly renovated dormitories. Grade 9 student Giving Ruben from Labutale village said earlier this year their dorm had holes in the walls and floors, bare window frames and only a limited number of bunker beds. After returning from term break, changes were evident, including an upgraded dormitory, electricity, and very soon they will no longer have to prematurely end classes just to fetch water from a nearby creek.
Night study no god, but now we're pulling power cam plus study na black cam gololi day na kami kene or renovate dome plan now plus asili. Miamas na meeting assembly in the school.
As the grade 8 students wind down national exams, St. Patrick's Primary School in Gabon-Rigo District, Central Province, has progressed well so far with the rest of the country. 31 grade 8 students gracefully continued with the national examination under the watchful eyes of 2 invigilators from nearby Tauruba Primary School. Class teachers Mo Navali and Mrs. Leana were happy to see their grade 8 students finally sitting for the examination that will decide on their future course of their studies. Those who successfully complete the exams will receive a certificate of basic education examination. Papua New Guinea is in crisis and urgent action is required immediately. This message is being emphasized by the Community Coalition Against Corruption.
The Community Coalition Against Corruption today expressed grave concern regarding the escalating wave of lawlessness and frequency of violent crimes across Papua New Guinea. The recent killings in East New Britain, Enga, Port Moresby, and the growing levels of criminal activity present a serious danger that ordinary citizens face in their daily lives.
And what it unfortunately shows is that we have a country that's in crisis. And I think that's the key message from the Community Coalition that we want to communicate to our leaders in particular and to all organisations that are concerned about the future of our country. We have a nation that is now in crisis.
The deterioration of governance in public offices and the resulting breakdown of law and order, coupled with soaring unemployment rates and the crippling cost of living, has created a toxic environment that is breeding crime and violence nationwide. The CCAC says this crisis cannot be ignored. It demands immediate and decisive action from all elected leaders, public officials, and community groups.
Leadership. We have issues, there's no doubt about it, but as one of our members here said to me this morning, she's happy her daughter feels safe in Lae, and that's leadership. We are not perfectly safe. I'm also representing another company on the board of that company who transports up and down the highway, and the highway is horrific. Mulitaka, all the issues we know of, all the challenges up and down the highway, which affect business and community.
President of the PNG Media Council highlighted how desensitized people have become, the senseless loss of human life as a norm.
I think from the perspective of the media, I think we play an important role in providing a deterrence by providing factual information and timely factual information. And I think that's one of the challenges that our media sector in the country is facing. But I think that also calls to the leadership and quality of leadership in government at all our levels, that there has to be some transparency in the process of how these things are being dealt with.
Whilst the director of Advancing PNG Women Leaders Network emphasized the need to protect human rights defenders on the ground in affected communities.
A good law leader or human rights defenders, people who stand on their own, not because of position, but because they're respected by the community. And these are the ones, while we are calling on the police force and the security and the leaders to take on work very closely with these ones on the ground. They're the first respondents. Every come up and first line where all baron go lost. Now this kind of line of police, na defense, now leader must look savvy all. There's plenty of time all kind line hand blow them clean. So time all stand up na talk. People are respecting all.
The CCAC is urging the Prime Minister, police hierarchy and public officials to put in place a comprehensive strategy to combat crime and not just the current piecemeal approach of reacting and responding to incidents. They say the focus must be on prevention and deterrence. The police must play the leading role in restoring safety and security to communities. Maricela Kelaton, TVWAN News.
A man who posted defamatory publications against Police Minister Peter Siamalili Jr. was arrested and charged and is now detained at the Boroko Police Station. Acting National Capital District Metropolitan Superintendent Mazuk Rubiang confirmed that 51-year-old Samson Komati from Hagen Central in Western Highlands Province was formally charged with 2 counts of defamatory publication under the Cybercrime Code Act 2016. Superintendent Rubiang said that according to police investigators, it was alleged that on September 13, 2024, Komati posted defamatory materials using social media sites, causing disaffection with the police minister on WhatsApp and Facebook. Rubiang said that on Tuesday, October 22, 2024, Mr. Komati was informed through the phone to make himself available at Boroko Police Station, which he did yesterday. A 6-year-old boy has been missing for more than 24 hours. His parents are desperately seeking any information of his whereabouts. The child's last known location was the Waigani Drive in Port Moresby. With kidnapping conspiracy theories swirling on social media, his parents have not given up hope of locating him.
6-year-old Honli Pundia from Tambul Nebilia district in Western Highlands province has been missing since Wednesday afternoon. Honli was seen at this very bus stop just opposite Meat House between Vision City and Islander bus stop. He was last seen wearing a black shirt and pink and green shorts. His mother, Josephine James, is overwhelmed with worry. She said he was riding in a PMV bus with his elder brother, and after an altercation with police, Honli was separated from his brother and could not be located. Honli's older brother was the driver of the PMV bus. He and Honli separated when police put him in custody for violating a traffic rule at the bus stop along the Waigani Drive.
Lili boy blame astem go on the big brother blame lo bus. So to bla round go na after one about them all police been logo masem drive him na pa good to sem as blame come out na all kam tasol na police driver gora na paiti mem na putin ko anda la car na driver em lago anda lili brother blame lago anda la car na to Lili boy milusim sem tok sa lo boskru na boskru em tingti lo lugu meme na all police kala backseat gen na all paiti boskru na trama gonda la car.
Both driver and bus crew were taken to the Hohola police station.
Bus to all police drive na karigo na em stop anda lo bus so em go down when them all passengers em mi plano sawe so all kisim cargo lola stop 1 block 2-3 hours na em all ki car ki na all to gitla go laos Tupla kam laos tupla kam tsigi man me plem no kam laos. So I'm lost lab.
Around 4 p.m. Wednesday, the family went and placed a missing persons report at the Boroko police station and Hohola and Gerehu police stations as well. With so much information swirling on social media regarding kidnapping, Honley's parents are making sure this doesn't get to their search.
One la business mo klo kama namme lo samla line lo kisim begin ni samla tudro lose but samla all samla line intentionally lo walk around lo kisim all begin ni na chachi mo line dislakan so want to people klare mo rumah so begin ni mo olim na no sa sale mo samla body part all go lo overseas so dislakan so poro ting mo klo stop namelo nami plus stop lems I think more good time as parents and people need load. Begin name apply non applusim lo san no. I think one line must responsible look after all. I think advice and people can give him.
Honley's parents are appealing to the general public to keep an eye out for the 6-year-old and to call the number given on the missing persons appeal on Facebook. Jasmine Erojak, TVWAN News.
Father of the missing child, Jerry Pundia, is also calling on the police to assist in looking for young Honley.
Mipla play part lo mipla lo at least pining but sawas mipla go at lo pining next option and bambla go lo police set line or go pass lo. Aulim bas na karem go slaso. Timbambla le informal complaint na. Logo one next procedure mipla gan.
You're watching TVWAN News. When we come back, PM departs for Samoa and power system improvement.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bunyamyumi.
Open nets.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great mutu. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Welcome back. Prime Minister James Marape left the country this morning to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government Meeting 2024 in Apia, Samoa. It will be the first of this meet to be held in the Pacific, in a Pacific small island developing state. The event started on October 21st and ends October 26, 2024.
Prime Minister James Marape departed the country this morning for Samoa to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government Meeting 2024. Before departure, the Prime Minister in a media conference made significant announcements in regards to impact projects in the country, including the Wafi-Golpu project in Morobe and the Pasca project in Gulf.
To thank both Harmony and Newmont for their patience and their contribution on the table. Our national interest is such where in any projects under Marape Rosso, Pangu and coalition government, we have it by policy that we gain above 55% in the total project value. The country must get about 55%. That's what we've done for Pogra. That's what we are doing for Wafi-Golpu, and that's what we are doing also for Pasca. That's what we've also secured in the Pinyang project.
Importantly, the Prime Minister announced that the National Executive Council has approved the anti-terrorism bill that will be brought before Parliament in the November session. Once Parliament passes this law, it will empower police with extraordinary power, especially in areas where there is a high violence rate. Marape clarified that special training is already in progress with police personnel to enforce the law.
The country cannot afford to have lawbreakers thinking that they are more powerful than our policemen and policewomen. And so that law is tailored, making redundant or improving from our current Police Act. It elevates the power of police to a level where police can then get in, for instance, upon suspicion of gun prevalence, etc. The police can go in. Police has power to shoot to kill when it's confronted with gunmen and those who continue to be a threat to society. I want to announce that in November that bill is put forward by government. I commend.
The Prime Minister also announced that Parliament will be looking at introducing a state of emergency in 3 islands provinces in the November session: Southern Islands, Ella and Enga, for a period of 3 months.
The court submits us, and the law that is coming will give power to police, and we'll start with the 3 months of state of emergency, the 3 provinces, and police and defense will be structured to work to ensure Enga, Hela, Southern Islands, and from there we come out. Those who hold guns amidst us, police and defense will be out there searching.
Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso is acting Prime Minister until Mr. Marape returns this Sunday, October 27, 2024. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Papua New Guinea will not participate in the upcoming 29th United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change Conference of Parties this year at the political level, a decisive move in defense of forest nations and small island states. Minister for Foreign Affairs Justin Kichenko made this announcement when attending the Commonwealth Ministerial Meeting on Small States in Apia, Samoa on Wednesday.
For Foreign Affairs Justin Kichenko has made a bold decision not to attend this year's 29th United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change Conference of Parties, or COP29, in Baku, Azerbaijan. Kichenko said the decision reflects the broader frustration felt by nations like PNG, which bear the brunt of climate change but see little to no meaningful support from the global community. He says PNG is making this decision for the benefit of all small island nations that will no longer tolerate empty promises and inaction, while people are suffering the consequences of climate change. Kichenko highlighted the various ways climate change is ravaging PNG, from rising sea levels and natural disasters to landslides, floods, and droughts. He said that yet contributes little to the global climate crisis. Countries like PNG are left grappling with its severe impacts. Katchenko stressed that not much traction has been made to help small states, particularly Pacific Island nations who have had much difficulty with access to climate finance over the recent years. Despite making high-level representation at the UNFCCC COP, nothing concrete has come out of such a major multilateral meeting, hence the decision not to attend the COP29 in Azerbaijan. He went on and condemned the international community for failing to live up to its financial and moral commitments. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
A recent workshop is aiming to equip professionals with the latest knowledge, skills and technologies to tackle biosecurity threats. Led by the Pacific Community's Land Resources Division, the workshop emphasized the importance of building a robust network of experts who can work together to prevent and respond to plant diseases and pests. Participants engaged in theory, practical and field immersion sessions, sharing best practices and learning diagnostic techniques and research methods. The knowledge and skills gained from the training will complement their ability to detect and control plant diseases and pests within their communities and countries. Participants expressed their gratitude for the training, with Siobhan Vilila from Niue describing it as a great refresher and enjoyable experience in learning and gaining new skills. Similarly, Tekatake Oromita from Kiribati found the training content to provide appropriate knowledge and skills in identification and diagnostics. The workshop aimed to strengthen the regional network of plant pathology and entomology technicians in the biosecurity space, promoting collaboration and knowledge sharing to address the complex challenges faced in plant protection. The Safe Pacific project, funded by the European Union and implemented by SPC, aims to support economic integration in the Pacific region by providing targeted assistance to small island countries. The project focuses on strengthening pest diagnostic systems and building regional cooperation to enhance biosecurity preparedness and response. As part of this effort, a plant pathology and entomology training of trainers workshop was held in July 2024 with participants from 15 countries, indicating that the training enhanced their ability to detect and manage plant pests and diseases. PNG Power and the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, held a seminar today in Port Moresby to discuss the progress of the ongoing power system improvement project aimed at enhancing PNG's power system planning and operations. The JICA-funded project spans from 2022 to 2024 and focuses on upgrading power infrastructure and capacity building. PNG Power Limited and the Japan International Cooperation Agency hosted a seminar today to showcase the progress of their joint power system improvement project, focusing on modernizing PNG's power infrastructure and enhancing technical expertise. In his opening remarks, PPL's Acting Chief Executive Officer, Nehemiah Naris, expressed gratitude for JICA's support.
I want to thank all of you for coming, and those 15 trainers from PPL, I want to congratulate you. Please use what you've learned during this program to impart the same knowledge and skill sets across your fellow employees in PPL. Together, we can make a difference for PPL and our country in the electricity space.
He emphasized the importance of continuing this momentum as PPL works to improve power reliability and optimize investments in generation and transmission systems. The seminar featured presentations on the project's outcomes, the introduction of a trainer certification system, and improvements in power system planning, financial analysis, and infrastructure upgrades. Participants reviewed enhancements to transmission lines and substations and discussed plans for sustaining these developments. In his closing remarks, Hideaki Matsuoka, Chief Representative of JICA's PNG office, praised the collaboration between PNG and Japan.
As we observed today, this technical cooperation project aims to improve the planning, and operation capacities of PPL, especially their capacities of planning and maintaining of transmission lines and substations, and also operation of the Central Load Dispatching Center. By doing so, this project contributes to more stable and reliable power supply system and improvement of the quality of power supplies. This project, which began 3 years ago, has been implemented well so far, with a strong commitment of PPL and support from JICA experts.
He urged PPL to institutionalize the training system and continue to invest to ensure ongoing progress. Senior Network Planning Engineer Heidi Wanya, one of the 15 newly certified trainers, shared her experience.
Japan is a country that is hundreds of years ahead of PNG, but if we all work together, we can come up with better and healthier networks like the Japanese networks. PPL's engineering department heads also need to work together to holistically improve our system planning and also overall performance of PPL. Also thank JICA for a well-organized 3-year training program on system planning. Arigatou gozaimasu.
The seminar concluded with a trainer certification ceremony, marking a significant milestone in PNG's efforts to modernize its power infrastructure and boost technical expertise within PPL. Managing Director of Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, Wapu Song, has signed a pre-front-end engineering and development contract for a floating LNG facility in the Gulf of Papua in PNG. Song announced that this important contract had been awarded to Shanghai Wison Offshore and Marine Company Limited.
Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited has signed a pre-front-end engineering and development contract with Shanghai Vision Offshore and Marine Company Limited for a floating LNG facility on the sidelines of the Petroleum and Energy Conference in Port Moresby recently. Chief Technical Officer Damien Nguyen, who signed on behalf of the company, said Vision was delighted to work closely with Kumul Petroleum in its ambitious plan to commercialize gas fields in PNG. KPHL Managing Director Wapu Song said KPHL has for some time been investigating how to commercialize stranded gas resources, particularly in its petroleum retention licenses over the Pandora and Uramu gas fields offshore in Gulf Province. He said this is a critical step in the right direction and they are extremely excited about it. Mr. Song said KPHL has evaluated these gas discoveries and completed reserve certification, which has given them confidence in moving to the stage of the commercialization plan. KPHL is 100% license holder of the 2 PRL offshore licenses now and intends to farm down post this study to interested partners who see value in the 1.5 MTPA FLNG project in PNG. This pre-FEED study is a necessary step to ensure that they understand the full scope, cost, schedule, risk, and the full economic value before deciding on moving FEED and final investment decision. The pre-FEED study is expected to take 8 to 12 months, which should lead to FEED thereafter and FID sometime in 2026 or 2027. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
A stalwart company in the global oil and gas industry, Petronas, has confirmed its 50% acquisition of the Total Energies Maliu Petroleum Prospecting License 576 or 576. The partnership marks Petronas' inaugural entry into PNG's energy market, highlighting the nation as a burgeoning hub for international investment in natural resources.
Petronas, founded in 1974, is a stalwart in the global oil and gas industry, known for its successful projects worldwide. The partnership with Total Energies promises to bolster PNG's capacity for offshore exploration and development, paving the way for economic growth and enhanced industrial capacity within the region. Minister for Petroleum Jimmy Maladina officially completed the farm-in process by signing the statutory instrument recently, emphasizing the strategic importance of this collaboration for advancing offshore exploration efforts. Maladina says the upcoming exploration and drilling activities under PPL 576 are projected to incur costs ranging between 80 million US dollar to 100 million US dollar, with possibilities for escalation based on operational conditions. Minister Maladina expressed confidence in the future of PNG's oil and gas sector and said the collaboration with Petronas signifies a resounding vote of confidence in our industry's trajectory. He said the partnership with Petronas heralds a new era of opportunity, drawing in international partners and investment to enhance the nation's resource development capabilities. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And now for the finance news. The Kina closed lower at 0.2538 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying 0.2463 US dollars, 0.3683 Australian dollars, 0.2209 euro and 37.33 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except gold and cocoa closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoying life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hiding, talk, young or old, a scale race, family meal.
Measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG e Mia. Prime PNG made.
Rugby League is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth. Through partnerships with the PNG LNG Kumals, Grassroots Rugby League and Justin Olam, we aim to instill skills to last a lifetime. When we invest in people, we invest in tomorrow's possibilities.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Or maybe not.
Bing bang bing. Bum, bum.
Thanks for staying with us. A first-of-its-kind offender rehabilitation and reintegration policy, 2025 to 2029 for probation and parole offenders, was launched on Wednesday this week at the Gateway Hotel in Port Moresby. The policy allows for proper rehabilitation of offenders before they are released back into the community.
The Offender Rehabilitation and Reintegration Policy 2025 to 2029 has been launched. It involves stakeholders from correctional services, the Department of Justice and Attorney General, the police, the public prosecutor, the public solicitor, CBC, and the community. It sets a directive for offenders to undergo a proper rehabilitation process before they are released into the community. Under this policy, prisoners will be released under 4 categories. The first is on license under the Criminal Code. Second is release on parole. Third is through a 3 Power of Mercy Committee. And fourth is released on remission. Secretary for the Department of Justice and Attorney General, Dr. Eric Kwa, said the policy is established to meet the needs of offenders and consider the point of view of the offender's relative and the victim as well through a special hearing before the offender is released to the community.
The prisoner himself tell us why he wants to be released into the community. And of course, we consider all the other important factors as well. And we have now put in place a rule that we will also listen to a friend or relative of the prisoner plus the victim's relatives. Based on those testimonies, then we will then make a decision about the prisoner.
Dr. Kwa said that allowing offenders to be released back to the community reduces the number of prisoners and cost of looking after a prisoner as well. He added that it also enables an offender to rebuild their life in the community as good citizens.
Prisoner in a day will cost us almost 40 kina. 40 kina a day to look after a prisoner. And so for me, as a chairman of the parole board, when we're looking at a person who's being sent to jail for, say, life, we have to calculate that life. We don't know how long he'll live in prison, but we've got to calculate 36 to 40 kina a day that he is in prison.
Meanwhile, Minister for Justice Pilaniningi said the policy will focus on transforming the mindset and behavior of offender with the necessary skills to reintegrate into the community. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Meanwhile, Secretary Kwa said they have established a special division committee that focuses on restorative justice for victims or survivors with the objective of restoring peace between them and the offender.
A special division, a special branch that will focus on restorative justice. We are focusing too much on the perpetrators. We have little time for the victim and the survivors of crime. And so we have now set up this branch to focus on dealing with restoring peace.
The process of outsourcing an agency to conduct recruitment for the Royal PNG Constabulary was questioned during the Commission of Inquiry into the January 10th civil unrest. Commissioners wanted to know if this process is working for the police force.
Today's session of the Commission of Inquiry into the January 10th civil unrest, Justice Elinas Batari said the police force is specialized and requires specialists to conduct recruitment exercises. Therefore, outsourcing an agency to conduct recruitment is being questioned if it's working for the force.
It's a good idea, but I'm just wondering how effective that is. I mean, outsourcing is going to be if you, I mean, for a specialized, and I consider police to be a real, specialized, different field of public service employment.
Commissioner of Police David Manning said the purpose of outsourcing a recruitment agency is to keep the integrity of the force because of the increased merging of nepotism in the force.
That there was integrity issues with our traditional method of recruitment.
Yeah.
And
nepotism.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
Yes. And I assured the country at the time that there'll be a recruitment process being done. And
Batari said outsourcing may require more funding, something that the force must take into careful consideration before pursuing it. Manning admitted that they did not consider the funding aspect, but were only concerned about protecting the integrity of the force in employing quality officers and not increasing the number of the force.
So we successfully delivered was under that the outsourcing of HR, the recruitment process.
Manning appeared again today to testify. It continues this Friday as well. Tracy Parr, TV1 News.
Turning abroad, locals on Australia's northernmost islands say they have been left to fend for themselves against illegal fishing and border crossings. Saibai residents are calling on authorities to establish a permanent monitoring boat in the region.
Villagers from Papua New Guinea travel only 4 kilometres to arrive on the shores of Saibai Island. They travel under a unique treaty that maintains familial ties and cultural trade between the Torres Strait Islands and PNG. But locals are concerned authorities are not doing enough to monitor illegal fishing.
It's a lifestyle, traditional activity that's happened over the years, but if there's going to be a continuation of poaching, there won't be fish yet for food resource for us.
Under the treaty, fishing can occur with permission from the traditional owners, but Kerry Akiba says this is being ignored.
They've been setting nets on our side of the border and our recognised native title areas. We are absolutely furious about this.
The closest Border Patrol vessel is located on Thursday Island, around 5 hours away. Mr Akiba wants to see a permanent fast response vessel located in the Northern Islands.
And I'm just afraid that it'll become a norm and we will have problems try and police this.
The Mayor of the Torres Strait Island Regional Council, Philemon Mosby, agrees a more permanent security presence is needed on the border.
The investment in this region is not equivalent to any airports, seaports that protects this country.
In recent times, illegal border crossings into unoccupied areas such as this have been reported. Locals say they're concerned for their safety and frustrated with violations of cultural protocol. Earlier this year, 5 Rwandan men were found by local hunters after an unauthorised crossing.
Community members are doing the role of border force and regularly risking their own lives to act on behalf of the authorities in order to keep community and Australians safe.
In a statement, a spokesperson from the Australian Border Force said the organisation maintains a strong presence across the region. That includes permanently stationed border monitoring officers and a joint agency facility on Saibai Island. But concerns for community safety remain.
If it goes unchecked, someone might get hurt.
Australia's Kakadu National Park's most famous locations is set to reopen to visitors next year after a landmark legal decision imposed the largest ever fine for a breach of the Northern Territory's sacred site laws. Traditional owners say the sentencing of Parks Australia is a major step towards repairing the relationship that underpins the management of the UNESCO-listed reserve.
Traditional owners have been fighting for this moment for 5 years.
The defendant is convicted of the charge. I impose a fine of $200,000.
Judge Elizabeth Morris imposing the biggest fine ever delivered for the violation of an NT sacred site, after Parks Australia pleaded guilty to building a walking track too close to a sacred men's rock art site.
It is important that the penalty reflects the significance of the offending.
At an extraordinary on-country hearing, the court heard traditional owners explain how the incident in 2019 affected them.
There have been personal consequences, cultural consequences and community consequences.
The judge said Parks should be held to a higher standard as the public national institution that's supposed to protect the environment. This significant fine is the first time a Commonwealth agency has been punished under the NT sacred site laws, and it will set a precedent, especially for how Parks carries out its work in the NT's 2 federally run parks, Kakadu and Uluru.
It sends a clear message to government, statutory corporations, but also, as the judge said, anyone proposing to do work in the Northern Territory, that this is a strong law.
It's a good day for family to come back and
make plans to work together with parks.
Traditional owners also giving the clearest indication yet of when the famous falls will reopen to tourists.
Visitors will be back here next year.
The Director of Parks, who was not in charge at the time the track was constructed, says the agency accepts the decision.
I feel a sense of relief with the proceedings today, and I really appreciate the patience of Jawan people and the distress that this has caused them.
That's healing, part of our healing, because it reconnects to the land.
A legal saga finally put to rest in a sacred place.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports with Jasmine, CIPIC 9 set and CRU Junior Academy launched.
In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 26 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Bro, it's awesome, man.
Let's see promotion.
I'm so excited.
Let's go, let's go.
And Pepsi for match.
Pepsi for match.
And how do you win this? 2 plus Pepsi, that's all. 2 cans, bro. 2 plus, that's all. You get yourself a chance to win
This box of match.
It's crazy cool. My God. A pair of headphones. It's a towel.
How about that?
For a box.
Yeah!
Discover your home away from home at the Sidler Bay Hotel in Lorengau, Manus Province. Whether business or leisure, our modern amenities, delicious local cuisine, and serene surroundings will make you feel right at home. Book your stay now. Call 7496-3232 or email reservations@sidlerbayhotel.com.pg. Sidler Bay Hotel, where your Manus adventure begins.
The future home, you me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to be living incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Kumul Petroleum is a major regional petroleum industry player involved in large-scale upstream, midstream and downstream petroleum and energy developments in the country. We are committed to ensuring that Papua New Guineans maximize benefits from the petroleum and energy sector.
Welcome back. The 5th edition of Eggmark's CIPIC Rugby League 9's tournament is set for tomorrow at Pora Oval, Wewak, East CIPIC Province. 16 teams have registered for the 2-day tournament, including 2023 grand finalists Saubolo Brothers and West Tarka Brothers. PNG Rugby League household name Aseboas will be officially kicking off the tournament.
The Rugby League 9's spectacle awaits at the Pora Oval. 16 participating teams of the Eggmark CIPIC 9s are congregated in Wewak for one of the biggest off-season Rugby League 9's tournaments of the recent years. The defending champions Saubolo Brothers and runners-up West Taraka Brothers are aiming to replicate their last year's performance, while others raising their hands for the cup title in a tournament that is expected to feature a handful of digital ExxonMobil Cup players. Kimber Roosters of West New Britain Province was the first team on the ground last week. Other teams flew in this week ahead of the tournament. Poroma Psiga Nuggets of the Southern Highlands Province is among newcomers. The Rugby League 9's tournament will be kicked off by former PNG Kumuls and Hunters great Ase Bowers. The former PNG representative player is a revered figure in the PNG Rugby League community, and his presence at the tournament would mean a lot to the players and the fans alike. The tournament starts tomorrow and ends on Saturday with the grand final. EGMAC Group of Companies is once again supporting this tournament in the hope of bringing together local talents in the province and countries and fostering the community spirit of East Sepik. The winner in the 5th edition of EGMAC Sepik Rugby League 9's tournament with 25,000 Kina cash prize money and a cup title, and the best player throughout the tournament will bag the inaugural John Nightingale Medal. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
The Capital Rugby Union Junior Academy was launched on Wednesday, October the 23rd. The academy is dedicated to providing young rugby players with the opportunity to learn basic rugby skills. Healthy eating and the 5 core World Rugby values, respect, discipline, solidarity, passion, and integrity are crucial for the starters.
The academy is being run by CRU Ambassador Aidan Toa, who is a former Queensland Red, ACT Brumbies, and a former Aussie Sevens player. Toa brings a wealth of experience to the academy and is passionate about developing young rugby talent in Papua New Guinea. Toa is excited to launch the Junior Academy program and believes that the platform would provide a great opportunity for young rugby players to learn the game and develop their skills. The program is open to boys and girls aged between 10 and 16. Training sessions will be held on Saturdays for the next 6 weeks, followed by a full match day at the Sahibat Mari Stadium. The Junior Academy is a non-profit organization dedicated to providing young rugby players in Papua New Guinea with the opportunity to learn the game and develop their skills. The Academy is committed to creating a positive and inclusive environment where all players feel welcome and supported. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
PNG Beach football team suffered its second loss in the OFC Beach Soccer Men's Nations Cup early this afternoon against Tahiti, 5-16.
The team took the pitch this afternoon to amend for their 17-4 defeat yesterday at the hands of the host Solomon Islands. However, Team PNG just couldn't find their grip and succumbed to a second defeat this afternoon to Tahiti. With only one win under its name, PNG is likely to finish third on the overall points ladder, given the game between Fiji and the Solomon Islands, where Solomon Islands won in the penalty shootout. The top 2 teams are locked in for the finals, with Tahiti recording 3 straight wins and Solomon Islands 1 win, and Fiji 2 straight losses. PNG men started off their competition well, recording a historic 8-6 win over Fiji in the competition opener. The win captivated fans and followers to ride with them, but they let their guards down in the remaining matches, finishing third on the competition. The final is scheduled for October 26th. And the OFC Men's Beach Soccer Nations Cup started on October 22nd and ends on 26th. This is the first regional and international beach soccer tournament PNG has participated in. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
The National Capital District Rugby Union is preparing to host the second edition of the City Sevens tournament, confirmed to kick off on November the 2nd at the Bava Rugby Park in Port Moresby. The tournament includes various categories promoting equal participation of interested teams.
With only a week left before the event, Series 7's tournament director, John Larry, is again urging interested clubs in and around the city to complete their registrations, as there are only limited spots available. Larry said registration per team is 300 kina inclusive of players' registration.
Yes, they're looking for this weekend, but we have by this weekend, so we'll be starting next weekend, and I know everyone's calling me and and asking us a space, and then who comes and register first gets the name down on the draws. Yeah. It's on the 2nd, November and the 9th of November.
Larry explained the City Sevens is used as a prelude to the last major event of the year, which is the annual Rookie Sevens tournament in early December. He said the main idea is to provide some stamina and match fitness for the teams as a build-up towards the Rookie Sevens. This year's tournament will showcase a good number of talents from the current Puk squad, rubbing shoulders with young up-and-coming stars.
Yeah, we got teams like Young Guns, they are Blue Hills, current champions clubs for NCD. We have Rangers, the mixed boys from clubs from Serio and some of the all Pupuk's boys and current boys in training. We got Bomana Wild Dogs, they are rugby league players with some of the intercity players playing with them. And then we have teams from Goldie, Tama Barracks, Murray Barracks, and teams. City Sevens is the it's just to prepare clubs and teams to get prepared for Rookie Sevens coming up in the next month and maybe in December, end of November or first week of December.
2023 premiers Blue Heelers of Bomana will be out to defend the cup, and also vying for glory are hot contenders Young Guns of Bomana, the Bomana Wild Ducks, and adding flavor to the tournament are PNG Defence Force teams from Goldie, Murray Barracks and Taurama. Larry said the City Sevens format will run 4 pools of 3 with top teams in each pool advancing to the semi and cup finals on the 9th of November 2024. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
This just in, we've received news from young Honley that he's been safe and found and is now with his parents. We'll now move on to the weather forecast with Carol.
Southern region, Port Moresby partly cloudy, mostly fine, then few possible evening rain drizzles. Daru mostly fine. Kerma periods of clouds with some rain. Alotau mostly fine. And Poponeta partly cloudy with some afternoon rain showers. Momase, Ley cloudy with chances of few rain drizzles. Medang cloudy with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, some rain showers easing to cloudy periods. And Vanimo mostly cloudy. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau and Buka mostly cloudy with some rain and possible thunderstorms. Kavian, Kokopo and Rabaul cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe mostly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, Mount Hagen cloudy periods with some rain. Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa cloudy with some rain showers. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg mostly cloudy with some rain showers. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea slight with east to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea slight with clockwise winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea slight to moderate with westerly to southwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. And Pacific Ocean sea slight with northwest to northeast winds of 5 to 5 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf, Finchafen through Vitius Strait to Siasi and Long Island, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And waters of New Ireland to East New Britain, seas 0.5 to 2.4 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.